Welcome to the Practical Build Management with Gradle course. In the 7th section of this course, we're going to review how Gradle can be used to build an artifact once, and then we can use those artifacts for deployment to any particular environments at any given time when we need it. In this section, we're going to review what is continuous integration and continuous delivery principles, how Gradle can be used to create an artifacts, and then to which repositories those artifacts could be published. We're also going to explore how artifacts can be published to mentioned repositories. In the first video of this section, we're going to explore what is continuous integration and why does it matter. We're also going to explore what is continuous delivery principle and why does it matter as well. Let's start with continuous integration. Continuous integration contains of several key principles that we can mention. First of all, it relies on the fact that each change should be built and verified automatically. By implementing those principles, we can realize that our changes that made by our team into our source code base will be verified automatically, and we won't spend any manual effort on this. Another principle is for testing on the close to production environments. This means that at any given time after deployment, it's better for us to test our software at environments which is as maximum as possible close to production, because only in this case we can mitigate amount of bugs after production deployment. Another principle stays for integration with as frequent as possible actions to be done, because we need to integrate as much as possible and as frequently as possible, especially if we have a big team working on the same code base together. Only by following this principle we can make sure that each change that goes to the main line is actually healthy and there is no break of functionality, or at least if there are, we should know it as soon as possible. Another principle stays for the culture of our teams, and one of those cultural moments is related to paying attention for the broken builds, because it's the highest priority to fix a broken build. Okay, now let's take a look at continuous delivery principle, which is actually slightly more advanced and requires some additional effort to be implemented. And the key principles that are related to continuous delivery are following. Basically, every commit should be potentially releasable to production. So we should strive to make this happen on our project with our source code base, because after this we can make sure and we can say that we are implementing a continuous delivery principle. Otherwise, it's just not a continuous delivery. Another principle is related to automated tests, because only with automation of tests we can verify our change as frequently as possible and with the same quality and with less effort. Because we know we as humans, we're kind of not the best person or not the best candidates to perform routine activities. Because there might be errors, there might be miss some steps for verification, etc., etc. So it's not a reliable process. Another key principle that is related to continuous delivery is called automation of everything. So basically, we need to automate as much as possible of all steps and actions that should be performed in order to verify our software and in order to deploy it on any environment that we have. Only with the minimum or with no human intervention into the process, we can successfully implement continuous delivery principle. And last but not least, principle stays for meaning of the done of a job. Basically, done means deployed automatically to the nearest development environment before production. It could be understood as things that we can say that we done our job only after our change pass all phases of verification with deployment to several or at least one or two environments before production and verified successfully there. It means that after those steps we have the highest confidence that our change is according to quality, it works, it doesn't break anything, and it could be released to production.